be live. Y'all should be getting feed.
Shalom alaikum.
All right. That's how you respond to this. All right.
Y'all should have feed.
Rolling already.
Hey, come on. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
And before we get started, we're going to turn and face the east. We're going to give all praise. One that goes to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakabadash.
And double honors to the apostles and elders of great men, who teach them well. And peace and love to the elect of the nation of Israel. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. His only begotten Son's name is Yahushai. And the Israelites consist of the so-called Druze, Blacks, Spanish, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And wherever Israel has scattered to, due to the curses whose spirit goes back to
Mashiach sent me not to baptize, but to preach the gospel.
Right, but to preach the gospel. We were sent out here to preach the gospel, which the gospel was sent unto who? The lost sheep of the nation of Israel.
Right.
Matthew the 10th chapter, I believe, man. Go ahead.
It says, not with wisdom, Salaki. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and 17. For Hamashiach sent me not to baptize, but to preach the gospel, not with wisdom of words.
Right, not with wisdom of words. You know, flattering speech, enticing words. No. Go ahead.
Lest the cross of Hamashiach should be made non-effect.
Right, unless the cross of Yahushua should be made non-effect. Go ahead.
Verse 18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish.
Right, but the preaching of the cross is to them that are perishing. Because some don't believe in this good news. But the scripture gets set to Corinthians 1:3. You know? All of that.
This 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid,
Right, if our good news be hid, go ahead.
it is hid to them that are lost.
And that word lost going to what? Destruction. Going to perishing.
2 Corinthians 4 and 4, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not.
And what's the God of this world? Satan. Esau Edom. That's why they don't believe, because their heart is towards the devil. And it's all about what pleasing their flesh instead of what pleasing Yahushua and walking in his ways. So if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, that are perishing. Read 4.
This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 4, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not.
So they can't see it. And ultimately it's the Lord that blinded them. You see? What it says, Job 12, Isaiah 6, the deceiver and the deceiver are his.
Blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Yep.
Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto
Right,
them.
unless the light, the divine knowledge, the wisdom knowledge of Yahushua should shine onto them. You know? Go back to the first one.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish.
So they are perishing. You know, this gospel ain't for everybody. Yes, the good news was sent unto us only, the children of Israel, but it started with the elect, all the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
It says, no, Salaki, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishly, but unto us which are saved.
Right, but unto us it's for our salvation. You know? Go ahead.
But unto us which are saved, it is the power of the Most High.
It is the power of Yahushua. Keep going.
For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise.
Right, it is with I will destroy the wisdom of the wise. Go ahead.
And will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
Go ahead.
Verse 20, where is the wise? Where is the scribe?
Yeah.
Where is the disputer of this world?
Go ahead.
Have not the Most High made foolishness the wisdom of this
And
world?
not the Most High made the foolishness, the wisdom of this world. Right, and this one, that's crazy. Man got a rooster on his head, with a rooster in his hand. This why this society ain't it. This why the Most High ain't dealing with this society. They said this, the wisdom this one is made foolishness with the Most High. Now people think you got to get a bachelor's degree right, get an education, which the president, who was that, Theodore Roosevelt,
Yep.
he said, through understanding of the Bible is better than a college education.
Right.
Why is that? Because college education don't determine your salvation.
Right.
What determines your salvation? You what? Serving the Lord in
Right.
truth and sincerity, man.
Right.
Not a college, a bachelor's degree. It's all about your faith in the Lord, man. Go ahead.
Back in 1 Corinthians,
You got a question?
I want to ask you, if these are the foods that's like bad for you.
Yeah, that's the dietary laws. The shrimp, the pork, everything that you see on here. You're not supposed to eat that according to the commandments of the Lord. The Lord gave us dietary laws.
right.
That's how.
What should we eat?
What shall we eat? All the clean things.
That's right.
You know, like the like fish, fins and scales. If it don't got fins and scales, you're not supposed to eat it. Like you see catfish on there, I believe.
Yeah.
Lobster, seafood, all that. You're not supposed to touch it because those are bottom feeders, like a vacuum cleaner. You want to vacuum the floor before the dust off.
Like
That's how you eat it.
scavengers.
Same thing. Yeah, scavengers, right.
Okay.
So the mark of the beast is in now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
doing
yeah,
that
that's
right
it.
now.
They're chipping people
They're
now.
doing that
They're
right
doing
now.
it now. You see spring, they
Right
doing it
now,
now.
they're experimenting on it. They got a chip now. They put in people's hands to where you don't even need a debit card.
You don't need a debit card. That just came out with a
That's part of the
reverse
market.
Right.
ATM.
Right.
That's
And
why
I
you-
just saw that on the news.
Yeah, that's why they see everything now going cashless.
Right.
They want the CBDC, you have about the Fed now, all they gradualism to this.
Mm-hmm.
All roads points back to this right here, which is the RFID implantable brain and white.
That's stuff you're recording.
Nah, you
Yeah.
good. You good.
RFID. Yeah.
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 But this is Revelation 13 and 16.
Yep.
They get Revelation 14 and 9.
This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, and he calls it.
Right, he going to the devil, the elites, the Rothschild, the elites
Yeah.
Baker family.
Illuminati.
Yeah, the wicked.
Okay. That's the lineup.
It's the lineup.
I know some of them names.
Yeah, Lord Rothschild, all of them, right? Go ahead. And he,
This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark.
so he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So he requires everybody, whether you locked up in prison, it doesn't matter. You want everybody to receive what? Go ahead.
To receive a mark
And that mark in the Greek is paragma. Go ahead. It's incision. Go ahead.
in their right hand or in their
So
forehead.
you can't be simple-minded. You're talking about the right hand, talking about both hands. Either hand, your arm, butt cheek, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
And no, in verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell.
The word buy pretty much goes to all kinds of businesses. That no man might buy or sell. Because he gonna use the device to deceive many. You see everything going digital. You see the famine, the food shortage is happening.
Like the metaverse.
Exactly. Gradually, AI, you know, but this device, he's pretty much. I can't. I'm not gonna trade it first. It's like,
They're trying to control you, like with the Neuralink.
yeah,
That's what I was about to say. That's Elon Musk thing.
yeah, brain implants, you know. Go ahead.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Number of his name, which is pretty much the season.
Yep. And verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding.
That barcode, you like the barcode. You see on back of barcode like 2 lines. There go
Yeah.
ahead.
And then I saw a person who had a tattoo like
Sit,
that.
sit,
I'm like,
sit.
And I bet if you scanned it for real, it'll pop up his information.
Yeah,
they probably
do.
would.
That what the,
They probably
this
would.
this right here got all your information, your,
Oh
your
yeah.
medical, you know, your
Your
medical,
your credit card.
credit, your weapons.
I mean, your license. It's like your driver's license.
Yeah. So this right here, you know,
And it says, Revelations 13 and 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a
so
man.
this lets you know this talking about a man. This a man device. But ultimately, you know, the Lord set him up. You know.
What is this other like what the CIA? What are they doing? What is this? CIA.
It's like banks. It's a bank.
I haven't heard of it. CIA.
You know, these people in London, I believe. They're like, yeah, they're like the headquarters. You know,
Right.
They're kind of the New World Order.
yeah.
I'm saying like I never heard of the what's that? B?
WIA. You can look it up.
CIA.
Probably the bank.
Because you know the Rothschilds, they run all the
CIA.
Yeah.
That's over.
Yeah. Because this one here is very important to the Most High. Because the Lord said, you take this, we gonna be tried. Hey, can you get
What stone is that?
Cornelius?
Huh?
Cornelius stone. Hey, can we get 2 more precepts, please?
Yeah.
Give Revelation 3 and 10.
We follow you guys on YouTube.
Oh yeah, who y'all follow?
Yes, sir.
Kansas City. Which one?
Living in Missouri.
Which one?
Oh, you mean which?
Group, yeah.
I don't know what group they were. But they were out here preaching.
Okay.
Liberal War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're part of the GMS, but the elder out there.
Okay.
GMS.
So it's different.
Yeah, it's different sects, just like, you know, Baptist.
The same teachings, though, right?
Yeah, that's how you see.
Oh,
We're
okay.
on the same teachings, though.
I mean, they teach other things, you know. They really don't teach the same thing we teach. Some of them don't teach about this. Some of them, they say sleeping with white women.
Yeah,
Or it's,
because I remember when I lived in Los Angeles and I was going to like the mosque, all of them didn't teach the same.
yeah, they don't teach. Yeah, but that's why the scripture says women's not a.
And you see, lately they've been trying to tell you not to wear the stones like that. They're trying to say that's idolatry or devil.
For wearing the
stuff.
stones?
Yeah. And I've always wore pearls in my stones. I'm like,
I don't know about that.
yeah, but that's what they're putting out there now. These so-called people who are godly people, so-called. Yeah. And because I've been seeing it a lot. I'm like, how come this stuff is popping up on my phone a lot? Because I wear a whole bunch of stones and things like that.
That's no more than that. They're spiritual.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
some
know,
of them
you're
use-
mine.
Some of them use it for the left hand side, you know, the right hand side. You know?
Uh-huh.
Revelation 3 and 10.
Oh, I don't really know.
Yeah.
You get out of y'all, sir.
This is Revelations chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
It's the hour of temptation where everybody got to be tried. You see, because there's going to come a point of time, you know, that famine. You use food for example. But people love eating, right? People can't go days without eating. So with this,
He can.
with this device, he gonna make us say, if you want to eat again, you gotta take this.
That's going to
Grow
control
your own
You know,
food.
yeah, so you gotta choose, you know.
If I may add, that's what
You're gonna
an
stop you
article
from
in about
growing your own
Nigeria
food
that
too.
was doing that people like that cutting the water off the supply
Yeah.
so they could really go into their chips. No cash, going cash, really, which is what the bro saying. Gradually going into this right here, that mark.
Yeah, because in Nigeria, I think that was limited for a certain amount of money to withdraw. And they told them, take all your cash back to them. Something to that effect. I gotta go back in there.
This is Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
It's the hour of temptation. So you really you suffer the Lord. See, the elect, it's all about the elect. At the end of the day, the elect will be protected from this. Once I go keep them safe from this. Go ahead.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them.
Like to try, it's a trial of their faith. Everybody's faith gonna be tested in that day. Go ahead.
And it says, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
It's gonna come upon the whole world. Remember, he calls all most small and great, which are poor. You see? Revelation 19:16. But the penalty, you know the penalty, you take the device, you give up, you lose the faith. You know what it is?
No.
One more piece.
It's Revelations 14 and 9.
Revelation 14 and 9.
And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast or his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand,
See?
the same
It said
shall
right here, right hand, but it said in his hand, either hand, forehead, it doesn't matter. You take that mark, the mark, which is this right here. This the mark of the beast. Go ahead.
Revelations 14 and 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most
The
High.
saints should drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. It's pretty much this. Fire. Fire. Nuclear fire. This nuclear fire, this is the second level. Revelation 14. We live in it. The lake of fire gonna be here. Via the nuclear missiles, World War III. That's prophesied in the Bible also. World War III prophesied.
They're trying to start it now.
Right now we have a bunch of wars and rumors of wars, which goes back to Matthew the 24th chapter. That's how we know we the end.
But
We
you guys-
everything.
Think about the dispensary.
The dispensaries.
Since I think about it.
Let's finish this.
This Revelations 14 and 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without
It
mixture.
said the wrath of the Most High face anger, especially if you on this side. It says so called. But this you gonna find these in the Bible from Judah all the way down to this guy.
Right.
That's how we know who we are. You read Deuteronomy 28 chapter, starting 15, the curses. It ain't almost like you put a little verse. It said this gonna be a sign unto you. You know? So especially if you are the most high chosen people, you're not gonna just take it. See, all the other nations look up to them, but this is about your salvation. Because you take this device, you're gonna feel the wrath of the Lord, which is fire. Fire. People don't like it. Come on, man. Second degree burn. People don't like it, bro. Don't play with fire. So you don't want to take the device. You want to pray to the Lord in that day. Lord, please, Father, shall feed me. Which we are gonna be fed. If you believe in the Lord, serve Him. Because famine is coming. We're seeing it now. Food shortages. The cows, you know, come on, 30,000 cows blow up. Food shortages. So famine is coming. But this the ultimate trial.
Back in Revelations 14 and 20, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
In the presence of the Lamb, our Lamb is our Lord and Savior, which is Yahweh Shai, who was ignorantly called Jesus. His true name is Yahweh. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name, which is meaning He is. Yahweh exists. He exists. Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son name. He is the Savior, the deliverer. So Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai? Those in the Lashma Kadosh, the holy tongue, the Hebrew. You got a Hebrew name. Our Lord spoke Hebrew when He walked the earth, right? 2,000 years ago. He wasn't speaking English, Greek, Latin. If Jay came back during that time, that's how you know that 1524. That's how you know his name wasn't Jesus. You know? So pretty much don't take this.
Oh, I don't plan to.
Don't take this. We come through that time though.
But you know, it's
Yeah,
going
we
to
are
be
in
a
that
point
time.
to where you ain't going to have a choice.
You ain't gonna have a choice. You ain't gonna have a choice. But the elect ain't gonna take it regardless. The elect, the women that are chosen, they're not gonna take the device. So we hope and pray we part of the elect. It's gonna be hard times coming. There's gonna be no peaceful times. See, right now it's peaceful. You know, it's peaceful. We're still able to walk. You know, there's inflation here, but we still able to go outside and enjoy. But
Yeah,
during
but
this
some
time,
places-
So they're not coming after you guys, trying to shut you down.
they already
Kinda
done.
quiet.
You guys grow your own stuff, your produce.
I mean, I don't. I mean, what is called to grow plants and stuff like that. So, I mean, some of them. I don't. I put my faith in the Lord.
Right.
You gonna say you gonna take care of it?
Hey, like,
Oh, but even when I was asking, what do you think about the dispensary?
What kind of business?
All of these marijuana dispensaries.
I mean, marijuana, this is a herb, but you can't smoke. You can use it as tea.
Really?
Yeah, but you know,
But you shouldn't smoke it.
nah, because you pollute your body, you destroy your body. It's like a chemical reaction with the smoke. You don't get none of the health benefits. So the best thing to just use is a tea.
What about edibles?
Edibles, it's up to you. I want to say smoke it though. Can you destroy your body?
I just asked it, you know. I'm curious.
Thank you for y'all time.
Okay.
All right, gotta take care.
All right.
This is Revelation 3 and 10 in the NLT. Because you have obeyed my command to preserve, I will protect you from the great time of testing.
Right, because you have obeyed the Lord, I will protect you from the great time of testing, which is what? The hot hour of temptation. And you fail the test, you will be called the lake of fire, which is the second devil.
It's Revelation 3 and 10. Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world.
Right, test those that belong to this world. But guess what? We don't belong to this world. We belong to the other side. And you can say that, oh, John 5. We go there too. Yeah, I guess it is.
Oh, yeah. This First John 5 and 19, and we know that we are of the Most High, and the whole world lies in wickedness. That's good. Yeah, because the whole world lies in wickedness. Man, you get to do whatever you want. You get to think how you want. That's why you got Lady Liberty up in New York. What it supposed to represent? Freedom. Ain't no freedom here. You only doing what's convenient. Most of you people are walking in great pride. Yeah, most of you people are walking in great pride, man. Therefore, hey, pride is hateful before the Most High. You hate pride, man. It's wicked. You see? This is 1 John 5 and 19, and we know that we are of the Most High, and the whole world lies in wickedness.
Lied and wickedness. So we belong to the other side. So
This is 1 John chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye are of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shalom, the children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
exactly.
Verse 5. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth
The
them.
word hear it down. So we go back to the Revelation. Read that NLT.
It's Revelation 3 and 10 in the NLT. It says, because you have obeyed and command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world.
To test those that belong to this world. We don't belong to this world. We hate this world. Read that again.
This is 1 John 4 and 4. Ye are of the Most High, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are the Most High, and he knoweth the Most High heareth us. He that is not of the Most High hear not us.
And he that knoweth not the Most High heareth not us. Because the Most High, what, sit up his prophets. He sit up servants. And those that not listen to his servants not belong to the Lord, don't belong to the Lord. Go ahead.
And it says, we are of the Most High, as he knoweth the Most High heareth us.
Right.
He that is not of the Most High heareth not us. Hereby know we are the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
This is how we can tell. Because the scripture was by the spirit, by the spirit. This is how we can tell. All right, but he might be the elect. You know? So we didn't end up teaching starting from 4.
This is 1 John 4 and 4 in the NLT. But you belong to the Most High, my dear children.
But we belong to Yahweh Shalom Shah. We don't belong to this world. The Lord said what? Make no friendship with this world. We're going to get there. But go ahead.
My dear children, you have already won a victory over those people because the spirit who lives in you is greater than the spirit who lives in the world.
Exactly. Read that again.
And it's First John 4:4. Hey, it is 4:4. So First John 4:4 in the NLT. But you belong to the Most High, my dear children. You have already won a victory over those people.
Exactly. I'll praise the Lord for my son, man. Like he called us out of darkness to his marvelous light. It's not a. Go ahead.
Because the spirit who lives in you is greater than the spirit who lives in the world.
It's greater than the spirit that lives in the world. So what spirit lives in this world? Envy, lust, wickedness, health.
Lust of the eyes,
You see?
pride of life.
This is the spirit of error.
Right.
The spirit of error. Not the truth.
Not the truth.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah.
No. Finish. Keep going.
Right. Yeah. This is First John 4:5. Those people belong to this world, so they speak from the world's viewpoint.
They're right. They speak for the world's viewpoint. You see? What's some of the world's viewpoint?
Hey, I think the Lord could be a sheep.
Yeah.
That's one.
It's
The Lord is all love. That's two.
Lord, all love.
The Lord loves everybody. Supersessionism, right? That's three. The Israelites, the Lord is not black. He's white. That's four. We keep going. Mark of the beast. That's five. The pork. As long as I can clean it and wash it, it's clean. That is six. You know, and you can keep going with these people, man. You know, the temple's made with hands. Hey, these people think that the church is where you can get saved as long as you just step right in that door. I got you. It's a lie, man. You could die right in there. I seen Edomite walk right in the church and just sprayed the whole church down, man. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Hey, you people find so much excuse on why you can't just worship the Lord. That's your problem. A simple man will not be approved, but he'll find every reason to find an excuse. This is a full excuse society, man.
Yeah.
Everybody got an excuse for their wickedness. But then when the Lord start whooping ass, then that's when everybody want to speak and say they apologize. It's too late. And then First John 4:5. Those people belong to this world, so they speak from a world's viewpoint. The world listens to them.
But the world listens to them.
Rock.
Hey, what that John said, they had kept your saying. So they had kept my saying or kept yours also.
This is First John 4:6. But we belong to the Most High, and those who know Yahweh Shema Shai listen to us. And if they do not belong to the Most High, they do not listen to us.
Wait, read that again.
This is First John 4:6. But we belong to the Most High, and those who know Yahweh Shema Shai listen to us. If they do not belong to the Most High, they do not listen to us.
They do not listen to the Son. Hey, you find that folks that's wrong. Those that five men, five to the Most High. Go ahead.
That is how we know if someone has the spirit of truth or the spirit of deception. The spirit of deception, man. Man, that's beautiful.
Right, and the spirit of deception is what? God is what blind the mind to know what believe not.
All right, what it say? Through deceit, they refuse to know me. You know, their habitation is in the midst of deceit, man. Our people are deceitful, man. And they learn it from their daddy eat. You are your father the devil.
This is Luke chapter 10 and verse 16. He that heareth you, heareth me. And this is how it shall speak. He that despiseth you, despiseth me. And he that despises me, despises him that sent me. Alright. This is First Thessalonians chapter 4, starting at verse 8. He therefore that despises despiseth not man, but the Most High, who have also given us his Holy Spirit.
Exactly. So right? So ultimately what? You despise his word. And those that despise was destroyed. Proverbs 13 and 13. You got to that about?
Yeah. Hey, this wisdom of Solomon. This wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. I'm gonna start at Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 10. But the ungodly, I'm start at 9. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. Put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints,
Right, grace and mercy is towards his saints.
and he hath cared for his elect.
He had care for his elect. Grace and mercy towards his saints. The saints being the Israelites, start with the elect.
But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imagination.
What? The ungodly are going to be punished through their own imagination, their own wicked devices, their own evil heart. Go ahead.
Which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord.
And forsaken the Lord.
For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is a miserable, and their hope is in vain.
Right, they hope their future is vain. And you got that saying in the word, misery loves company. Right? Go ahead.
It said their future, their hope is in vain, their labors are unfruitful, and their works are unprofitable.
So pretty much what? They were born in vain. Right? That's it on there?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
But this is St. John, chapter 12. I start at 44. Then it says, Yahweh shall cried and said, he that believeth on me, believeth not on me, but on him that sent me.
Which one? Who? Yahweh. You see? Go ahead.
And he that seeth me, seeth him that sent me.
Exactly. Go ahead.
I am come a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness. And if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not. For I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. Verse 48, the point. And he that rejected me and receiveth not my words, have one that judge him. The word.
And everybody ain't receiving the words of the Lord in this time frame. It's his favorite day.
Right.
You know? They're not receiving the words of the Lord. Go ahead,
And receive not my words, have one that judgeth him. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last days.
Last days. So what time we living in now? We living in last days. So everybody got to be judged by his word. Like that in Psalms, come to judge the word by his righteousness and the truth.
And if I may, he came as a light, man. You see, into this dark place, like how the brother, this spirit of error is here, man. But the Lord has left the spirit of correction with his prophets to keep shining forth unto our people, to wake them up, man. And what it said in Isaiah, I can't think of the chapter off the top of my head, but it said, in the valley of the shadow, have his marvelous light shine. Roughly paraphrasing, man. And we here, this is America, the valley of the shadows of death, man.
Hey, hold John 3:18.
I got Psalms. This Psalms chapter 9, verse 8. Start at 7. But the Lord shall endure forever, and he hath prepared his throne for judgment. He should judge the world in righteousness.
Well, he should judge the world in righteousness by what? By the truth. You know? Go ahead.
And he shall minister judgment to the people.
Exactly.
This is St. John chapter 3 and 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already.
Right, let's speak about Yahweh God. So let's start up at 14.
This is St. John chapter 3 and 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
Who was Moses? Moses was an Israelite. And that serpent, right? That whoever look on that serpent was him.
Yep.
So the Lord making a comparison here. It's Moses, right?
And that's beautiful because even dealing with this story, if I may add, Israel was going out, you know, and then the Lord sent them serpents after them. And then everybody was getting bit, venomous serpents. And they was
serpent. Like,
Number
21. I want to say 7. Probably 7.
yeah.
So let's start number 21.
This is Numbers 21 and 1. And when King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, if thou would indeed deliver this people into my hand, then would I utterly destroy their cities. And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them.
Right, we destroyed them, go ahead.
In their cities, and he called the place Hormah. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom, and the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. The people spake against the Most High and against Moses, wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt in the wilderness?
Like, this was our people. Because our people always talk shit, you know? Let's forget all the good things, right, that the Lord has done for them. But the day you tell a nigga no, he ain't Hollywood, you know?
The Lord just gave us the power to keep the Canaanites' ass.
Come on, man.
Right.
But Jake mindset just F up, man. Jake always talking shit. If things don't go their way, he throw all the good stuff out the window.
Right.
He started talking BS. So they were murmuring. I want to go back to Egypt and eat some watermelon.
Right.
Nigga, you just got released from prison. You ain't no longer a slave.
Right.
But Jake want to go back. That's why the Lord when he the women. That's it. They're gonna destroy the rest of it. What's this?
This Numbers 21 and 5, and the people spake against the Most High and against Moses, wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither there is any water.
So they constantly provoking the Lord, constantly tempting the Lord. Go ahead.
Our soul, Lord, this light bread.
Go ahead.
The Lord sent fiery serpents among the people.
So the Lord said, oh, find something. You know, send something after that. You know? So they were dropping dead on something, right? Go ahead.
The Lord sent fiery serpents among the people,
Yep.
and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
Wait, much people in Israel died, so the Most High sent that something out of them, you know, out towards them. Put that up.
Hey, if I may add, fiery means poison, man. He said don't poison this serpents, man. And you know, Lord had different types of snakes on too. So Jake was trying to get on down, but he couldn't get down faster than them snakes, man. When the Lord's judgment is locked on you, hey, you ain't nowhere you can run. It said that much people of Israel died, Numbers 21 and 7. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, we have spoken against the Lord and against thee.
Right. So the people finally realized,
Right.
yeah, we fucked up, we sinned. So they went to Moses. Go ahead.
Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us.
Right. Pray to the Lord, Moses, that he get rid of these serpents, these snakes, poisonous snakes. Right? So we can start, you know. Go ahead.
And Moses prayed for the people.
And Moses prayed for the people. So going back to that John, he making a comparison.
Right.
He going to.
This is Numbers 21 and 8. And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent,
Make thee a fiery serpent.
set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that every one that is bitten, when he have looked upon it, shall live.
Wait, so Moses, so this is the instruction that the Lord gave to Moses. Right? So we that here for the top.
This is Numbers 21 and 8. The Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent,
Yep.
set it upon a pole,
Set upon the pole.
and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, then when he look upon it, shall live.
You should live. So you get bit by a poisonous snake. Go to that pole and look upon it.
Right.
You're gonna live. Right?
Right.
Keep going.
Numbers 21 and 9. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived.
He lived. What 10 and 11 say?
The children of Israel set forward and pitched to the bar. They went to
So
another
that's the point. So let's go back to that John.
This is back in St. John chapter 3 in verse 14.
Yeah.
And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
So it's Moses. Yeah. What's that? Simile?
Your simile comparing
Wait.
two
And
things.
and
Looking like an ass.
you see? So it's Moses. What?
As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness,
Yep.
even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
Even so, the Son of Man might be lifted up. So Yahweh Shah pretty much comparing himself. Go to that grand serpent pole.
And it's beautiful because Apostle Baal went into, the animals, different type of animals, parakeet. And then he said the serpent is the highest one. Because, the knowledge, so they're dealing with,
The dragon.
right, dealing with the knowledge. Yahweh Shah, hey, be Solomon, man, if you can receive it. That knowledge ain't went nowhere, man.
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 15, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish.
So whosoever believes in him
Right.
should not perish. Same thing with Moses lifted up that serpent.
Yeah.
Then whoever look upon that pole shall live. So it's whosoever believe in Yahweh Shai shall live.
This is St. John 3 and 15, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish,
Should not perish,
but have eternal life.
but have eternal life. So he is the way, the truth, and the life. Right?
For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
So this is the Christian favorite precept. This ain't talking to everybody. Right? This is talking to who? The Israelites. And that's plain. They all said we taking it out of context. No, you taking it out of context, man.
John 17. I pray not for the world.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
So keep going.
This is
Now let's go. Hold on, read that again.
This is St. John 3 and 16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
What word is this talking about? In the scripture, you got like three different types of words. Eon, Walker Minute, Cosmos. We're talking about cosmos. We're speaking about a specific group of people. A specific group of people. So the Most High so loved the world, and that world being what? The Israelites. Isaiah 45 and 17.
Right.
Hey, this Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
For Israel should be saved in the Lord with everlasting salvation. Go ahead.
And you shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
A world without end. Right? So that John 3:16 talking about a specific group of people. Yeah, talking about a specific group of people.
Right.
It's different types of words here, man. You got the fish word, right? The sports word, the kingdom word. Shit, you had the empire word, right? The Greek, the Babylon, the Syrian, the Persian.
Hey, even when you so-called daydream, what people say, hey, you in your own world, ain't it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, go on, let's get on Hebrews 12. No. Hebrews 1. Start at 1. We're gonna go back to John. I just want to make it quick.
Hebrews
1.
12, starting at 1.
No, Hebrews 1 and 1.
This Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in the times past unto the fathers by the prophets, have in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he have appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the world.
With an S. But also he made the world with an S. In your right? Let's go back to John.
This is back in John chapter 3 and verse 17. For the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the
Go
world.
back to 16.
Salaki. This is St. John 3 and 16.
Because John 3:16 is only speaking to these people on this side.
Right.
All you other nations to hell with y'all. Y'all gonna be destroyed when the Lord comes back.
But you speak of
If you an Edomite, good witness.
Right.
You know? So y'all about to go from witness to rags
Right.
in due time. The Most High hate you devils. Every last one of you. For my 3 months, you know, it doesn't matter, man.
hey,
You know? The Most High ain't come back to save an Edomite.
Right.
The Lord say he hate Esau. Go ahead.
This is St. John chapter 3 and 16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten
How the
Son.
fuck can he love an Edomite? And he rejected Esau, man.
right.
No, he hate Esau, man.
Right. So the Lord of prejudice.
Right.
Come.
Yeah, he for his people.
That's
Racist.
right.
Racist is mean for your people. Deuteronomy 7:6. Let's go ahead, though.
This is St. John chapter 3 and 16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish.
Should not perish. So whosoever believe in Yahweh Shai should not perish. Right?
But have everlasting life.
But have everlasting life. You know?
For the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world,
Yep.
but that the world through him might be saved.
There you go.
He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already,
Exactly.
because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High.
Keep going.
Verse 19, and this is the commandment, that the light is coming to the world.
The light is Yahweh Shai. You see? The light came into the world.
And men love darkness rather than light.
Why? Because they belong to this world. This world is full of wickedness. The whole world lying wickedness. This world is full of darkness. So those people belong to this world. The Most High gonna try though to see that device.
It says, and this is the condemnation, that the light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Right, their actions are evil. Their deeds are wicked. Right? They love pleasing and walking after their flesh instead of walking in the spirit. The Most High laws are not grievous, man. So they really don't believe in Yahweh Shai. Right? Keep going.
Verse 20, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
But for everyone that doeth evil hated the light, which is what the correction, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the commandments. They hate the light. That's why this light was not given unto them, unto the 2/3. Now, or what? Rejected. Only one to live in them.
It says, hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, thinks his deeds shall be reproved.
Unless it is, shall be removed. Unless indeed should be reproved, meaning what? Being born again in the spirit, right? That you can't participate with the festivals, the culture of this society. What, you celebrating Cinco de Mayo? That's some bullshit. Celebrate your birthday, you're celebrating Christmas, Easter, right? But they love celebrating that. Then what, the holy days that the Most High gave us, man. The Most High gave us high holy days. But that's boring. But you turn around and use the high holy days and make it like the fucking Western, like paganism. I said you had to turn my judgment to wickedness. This is how people start with their working bank counts. Fashion shows, that's wicked. That's not way for you to have no fucking fashion show, man. Like you in prom or some shit, man.
Making the Passover a fucking club, a performing club,
Bother girls, man.
Bother girls, man, come on, man.
Let's go ahead.
This is St. John chapter 3 and 21. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light.
But he that doeth truth coming to the light. But they are what? Our spirit ever.
Right.
Go ahead.
That his deeds may be manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High. Yahweh Shai.
Keep going.
Verse 22. After these things came Yahweh Shai.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Romans 11:4. But what saith the answer of the Most High to him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
7,000 men that have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. So the women are not going to bow down and take the same device. So mark the Kawaki. You see? Along with it, we hoping that we are part of the elect number. Because the elect not going to bow down and give up. They're going to be faithful to death. You see? So the Lord left a remnant. They're not going to bow down and take their mark. We hoping that we do not take their mark. Because that's what we are coming into. We're seeing it. You know, the 50 employees, 50 people get brain chips. It is all a deception by what? By Esau, the miracles on the left hand side. Esau saying you can walk again, you can see again, you can hear again with this device. Right?
This is Romans 11:5. Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Remnant. Keep going up.
And if by grace, then is it no more
And
of
that's another
works.
thing. We on the grace. We on the grace, man. Keep going, though.
This is Romans 11:6. And if by grace, then it's no more of works.
Read that
Otherwise,
again.
this is Romans 11:6. And if by grace, then it is no more of works.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise,
what? The keeping of the law. Keep going.
otherwise, work is no more work.
Keep going.
What then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for?
Israel has not obtained that which he's seeking for. But what do Israel seek for? The truth. They want to know the truth. Romans 10:1. Jump to it.
It's Romans chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart desire and prayer to the Most High, Yahweh Shema B'Shai, is for Israel is that they might be saved.
That they might be saved.
For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
Not according to the knowledge. They got that zeal. They believe in the power, right? But not according to knowledge. So they're what? Ignorant. Not knowing who the real power is. So go back to that.
It's Romans 11:6. And if by grace, then it's no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. Romans 11:7. What then Israel not obtained that which he seeketh for?
Not according to knowledge. They seek that knowledge and wisdom, right?
But the election have obtained it, and the rest.
The election has obtained it. I'm saying what? The knowledge. The election has obtained the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Which is what's going to be our stability in the times to come. We had obtained that with the spirit power of Yahweh Shemashah. Go ahead.
And the rest were blinded.
So the rest of the nation of Israel were blinded. All the ones that don't have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, they are blinded. Why? Because the God of this world are blinding them. Arguing what? Jeremiah 6:30. The Most High rejected them, so they're what? River-based silver. So some jewelry in the middle of the mall, shit, man. Some fugazi. You know, turning your neck green, your pinky green. Right? So they are river-based silvers because the Most High rejected them, man. But what? He had revealed it unto what babe?
Keep going on there.
Now let's come on here.
This is Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Most High.
Well, it's a gift of the Most High. He said, what? We are saved by what?
It says, for by grace are ye saved.
By grace are we saved. So we ain't saved now. We're not in the new covenant now. What? So if we was in the new covenant, we wouldn't be out here teaching right now. Right?
Big boy won't be hurt no more.
Exactly. Jake won't be limping with a cast on his feet. So right now, what we on the grace. We were hosting the righteous acts of the Lord. Jake won't be smoking blunts, committing adultery, right? So right now we on the grace. So by grace are we saved. Go ahead.
Verse 9, not of yourselves, lest any man should boast.
Right, lest any man should boast. I'm already saved. I can't die. Nigga, what? What you mean by this? What do you mean by this? You can't die.
Spirit of error.
Is that the spirit of error? The spirit of deception. Right there, man. But we know we seeking for something. We said strive for the truth unto them.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 10 in Ephesians chapter 2. For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahweh unto good works, which the Most High had before ordained that we should walk in them.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And it's 1 Corinthians 3, I'm going to start at 10. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder. It say, I have laid the foundation and another building thereon.
Right, we had entered to other man's view. We had entered what? To the apostles, their apostles, their elders. So we gotta be careful how we build upon them, man. We can't go out, we can't twist the words of Yahweh Shemashah. But we know those that twist the words gonna be destroyed. Hey, let's get this. Get on to the 17 But keep going up.
This is 1 Corinthians 3.
White man destiny.
Right. And 10 again, I have laid the foundation and another builder thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. For the other foundation can no man lay.
You believe in that? Or no? Don't answer that.
Hurt.
Hey, pick us out up for that.
Hurt. Boy, I heard, man.
We heard about this.
You hurt.
This Esau destiny right here.
That's
man.
right.
Right.
We can't ask him about this.
Right.
Well, we're gonna tell you anyway. You're going to slavery.
That's right.
And this all according to the Bible.
Man,
That's part of the good news for us,
That's
man.
right.
It's the patience and faith of the saints.
Oh, man.
All we do is wait. We just prophesy and wait to the Lord, arise to the praise.
Hey, now. That's gonna be your slave, your slave trying to talk back to you, huh?
Ain't no talking back. Talking about talking back.
Ask the question, can you drink? Nah, don't ask me that.
Right.
Go ass back to work. Don't ask me that. Get back to work.
Man, y'all gonna shake the whole goddamn kingdom, goddamn, his name. This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 13. It said, I have laid the foundation and another builder thereon. Let every man take heed how he build thereupon. For other foundations can no man lay, then that is laid, which is Yahweh Shah. Now, if any man build upon the foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, and stuff, every man's work should be made manifest, for the day shall declare it.
And that day is coming up. And everybody wants to be tried by fire. So how you been living on this life gonna be tried by fire. Whether you know it or not. So whether you been bullshitting all your life, not getting right with your power, you're gonna be tried. Go ahead.
Because it should be revealed by fire, and the fire should try every man's work for
Fire
what
gonna
sort
try
it is.
everybody works. Right? Everybody wants gonna be tried. Why we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach. That's why I said, what is the conclusion? Can we jump that way quick? Exodus 13. So a lot of people don't know why they were created.
So purpose.
I'm here to be a basketball player. It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us to the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High
But
and
then
keep
here's
His
the
commandments.
conclusion. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. We know the right.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So the summary to life. The purpose. This is why you were created. This is why you were born. That's why the Most High puts on us up. You know?
Fear the Most High and keep His commandments.
So why it say fear the Most High? What is fear? The beginning of knowledge. The beginning of knowledge. Okay, you don't fear the Most High, you don't fear nobody, really.
Right.
You're an Edomite. A fool that said in his heart there is no God. You like Esau. That's why Esau what? Believe in science. But science just means knowledge, and the knowledge of wickedness is my wisdom. So a lot of people have what tons of atheists. And they don't believe the Most High, man. They don't fear him.
This is the Sirach, chapter 19, starting at 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him.
So how can you say you already saved? I'm blessed and highly favored. So what you mean by this? How you know you highly favored? Come on, man. You don't fear the Lord. You don't accept him because you eat swine. You eat seafood.
If I may
You
add,
got a BBL.
right. Hey, if I may add, that's like going to school and you started, let's say high school, you started like 9th grade, and you tell your teacher you already graduated. Right. Right.
I don't gotta do the work.
Right, I ain't gotta do the work.
Graduate.
You don't know nothing about the school. You don't know how they academics. You don't know nothing. You don't know shit. You don't know nothing about the school. You just sit in the school, in the class, you like, I'm graduated.
I already passed my test. I don't gotta take
No SAT scores, no nothing. Your ass done graduated. Hey man, that's why a lot of you people are foolish. You're gonna be put to death, man. Because the Lord, He don't move like that. Hey, you're gonna be saved by works and faith only, man. Yeah. You see? Hey, can I ask y'all something? How y'all gonna be saved?
This is Sirach, chapter 19, verse 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtained his love.
Wisdom obtained his love. Because what is love? Keeping us commandments.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, I believe, 14 too. Let us to the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of men.
And this is the whole duty of men. So this is why you were born. This is why you were great. Your purpose in life is to fear the Most High and be obedient unto Him.
Right.
Right?
For the Most High should bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Right. So we all must appear before the judgment seat. You see? We hope we receive a good judgment from on high to be found worthy in His eyes. That's why we out here treating our bodies to live a sacrifice, man. But everybody wants when we try by fire. Right. At the end of the day, you know? Then you better hope your works endure.
Man, right.
You got her whole ass out, man. Hey, come on. Memphis has made a whole bunch, so these people out here, man. But they mind towards the Most High? No. They mind is on fire, man. It's hot outside, so you're going to see a lot of police go down the street, man. Broad daylight.
About 2 steps.
I thought police come out at night, but not that one.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 15 in the NLT. It says, and remember our Lord's patience. Give people time to be saved.
But our Lord patience give people time to be saved. This is why the Lord is long suffering. So we all become what? Into repentance. You see? That's why we hasten, but He's long suffering, so we have more time to repent. Go ahead.
And it says, to be saved, this is what our beloved brother Paul also wrote to you with the wisdom the Most High gave him.
Exactly what First Thessalonians 5th chapter says. Brother, the times and seasons they have no need out right unto you.
Yourself know
perfectly that the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night. And Apostle Peter said the same thing in this chapter. Behold, the day of the Lord coming as a thief in the night. Let's get there. Let's get it. In the same book. Yeah, you better get a KJV though. No.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9. Yeah, this says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, and some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but all should come to repentance.
And the only ones that are going to come to repentance is the elect of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
Verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Right, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
In which the heavens shall pass away with great noise.
From an Esau heaven. The great noise means the Memphis. You see? That's why we are commanded to watch. If you're not watching, your house will be broken into by the thief. And your body's the house. It's you. So you're going to suffer the fire, man. Because what? You was not watching. You was out here walking naked. Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The elements shall melt with fervent heat. The elements you can't see gonna be melted. By what? Nuclear fire. That's what we're talking about.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Right, conversation godliness. Not just you talking about the basketball games, the NBA playoffs. No. You're talking about your conduct, your mannerism of life, your behavior here on this earth. You know? Once they got a saying, basic instruction before leaving earth. No, like the Dance Lord's count, the best instructions before leaving earth. There ain't nothing basic about it. You know? These are the best instructions you can receive. How to be saved. Keep going.
And it says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Verse 13, nevertheless, we according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth.
Right, we according to his promise look for a new heaven and new earth. Our people that look for a new heaven and new earth, we are. Because this whole world light of wickedness. Wickedness is the trend right now. You see? But we look for a new heaven and new earth for what, man?
It says, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
So righteousness can be the trend. No more wickedness. No more about women walking half naked down the street. Or niggas can't keep their pants up his ass, man.
Right.
You see? We looking for righteousness in the oven. Righteousness influence. Where we can enjoy our kids. So right now the society is going after your kids. The JBCs, right? You get the point. I can't speak too much on that agenda, so they're gonna take the video down.
This is back in 2 Peter chapter 3, and I'll read 15 in the NLT again.
And this society gonna be destroyed by nuclear fire.
That's right.
What made second day, what made the example of Sodom and Gomorrah. This society is all about sodomites. A lot of Decepticons, drag queens, pedophiles. This is what this society is all about. He's making it possible for you to raise your kids. He putting all the things in the title. But y'all people don't have no problem with it.
They got a problem with us out here teaching the word, man. But they ain't hearing it, you know?
This is back in 2 Peter chapter 3 and 15 in the NLT. And remember our Lord, patience give people time to be saved.
Right, remember our Lord patience. Where you at?
Our Lord,
Come at the King James.
King James read it or the NLT? Alright. This is 2 Peter 3 and 15 in the KJV. And account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation. Even our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, have read unto you. Verse 16, as also in all his epistles, speaking in depth of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
Unto their own destruction. So we're going to read this in NLT. about parts of Paul's letters. Because, you know, parts of people like, okay, they hard to understand. Right? Go ahead.
In the NLT,
Yeah.
this is 2 Peter 3:15 in the NLT. And remember our Lord's patience. Give people time to be saved.
Right.
This is what our beloved brother Paul also wrote to you with the wisdom the Most High gave him.
Go ahead.
And remember, and speaking of things in all of his letters, some of his commandments are hard to understand,
Right. Go ahead.
and those who are ignorant and unstable have twisted his letters
And
to
those who are ignorant and unstable, and then what?
have twisted his letters
Had twisted his letters
to the mean something quite different.
to mean something quite different with
Just-
the new covenant. Right?
Right.
And other things, man.
Sleeping with white men.
Sleeping.
John the Baptist is not in
John
the
the
truth.
Baptist, that is true.
Jacob trouble is gay.
Madness, man. They had twisting the words of the Abbasimon shot.
This is Saint Salaka, 2 Peter 3:16 in the NLT. Speaking of those things in all his letters, some of his commandments are hard to understand, and those who are ignorant or unstable and have twisted his letters to mean something quite different,
But to me, something quite different. Right?
just as they do with other parts of the scriptures,
Just as they do with other parts of the scriptures.
and this will result in their
And
destruction.
this is the result of their destruction. Because of they twisting the words of Yahweh Shemashah, the result of their is destruction, man. Because you not teaching the people right. If there's a false prophet, he got to be taken out. And there's a lot of these false prophets out there, man. Deceiving and being deceived. You know, filthy lucre's sake, there's one of awful money.
Some people being deceived.
Right.
Spirit
Yeah,
of
it's going
error.
one way. Going the wrong round the wrong way.
I got a precept. This is Revelations chapter 22 and 18. For it testifies to every man that heareth the words of the prophecies of this book. If any man shall add to these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written within this book.
Like the flags that are written in this book. The new flags is coming, man.
Hey, the main plague,
Fire.
the fire. Come on, about them thermonuclear missiles. Verse 19, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book.
Exactly. So your name ain't gonna be part of the book of life. So therefore you're gonna take the MOTB, the mark of the beast, and you're gonna die. You see?
This Titus 1 and 9. Holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
Yeah, especially they are the circumcision, the ones that know they are Israelites. That's why I say judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. You see?
Whose mouths must be
And
stopped.
that mouth going to be stopped every time. You see, go ahead.
Who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake.
Right, for filthy lucre's sake, all about that dollar bill. You know?
Right.
Instead of teaching it in true sincerity, man.
I'm gonna back you up one more lot. It's John 4 and 22. It say 4 and 23. This is John 4 and 23. But the hour coming and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. The Most High is the Spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
You must worship him in spirit and truth. That's what the Most High is looking for, to worship him, Yahweh Shemashah, in spirit and truth. Not half-assing. You see?
Come get it. Hear what you say.
This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 28. And it says that when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth not.
What things come to pass? The prophecy, the plague, the tribulation. You have some? Get happy too. You know what? Before you get that second address, 9 and 1, let's start this.
This is second address, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
And he asked me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Right? How can you measure the time? Do these scriptures, the prophecies. Go ahead.
And when thou seest parts of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is thy very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when thou shalt be seeing earthquakes and uproars of the people and of the world, thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. This is second address, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Well, you have commanded to measure the time diligently in itself. The scripture says, give diligence to make a calling and election sure. Go ahead.
When thou seest parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
And some of the signs, wars and rumors of wars.
Yeah.
Right? The blood moon, the lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. Let us measure the time diligently in itself. So we know what time it is. Right? But Jake think the time, what Jake think it is? The playoff time. Go hard or go home, which, right? A lot of people ain't going hard, so they're about to go home. Spiritually. You know? Meaning what? You go meet your maker. You know?
Then shalt thou understand that it is thy very same time where is the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So we know the Lord is visiting the world right now as we speak. Being what? The tornadoes, the earthquakes, the volcanoes, the wars of the people. Right? Keep going.
It said, therefore, when thou shalt be seeing earthquakes
So these are part of the signs, the tokens. Go ahead.
and uproars of the people and of the world,
Yeah.
then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
Exactly.
Even-
Uproars of the people. See, we're seeing that throughout the whole world, globe. It's just haven't hit home yet. Babylon the Great. And once it hit Babylon the Great, oh boy. It's over. Damn.
I better go, niggers. You got Memphis, niggers.
Oh, that man, one from top. What's that okay? They wanted for the cops. Oh, shit.
Hey, don't pay attention to that, y'all. Come on.
Like,
That's why he did it. He don't count the shit. Don't pay attention to that. Wrong way.
It said, therefore, when thou shalt be seeing earthquakes and uproars of the people and of the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
right, even from the beginning. The Lord said, what from the beginning? We just put the end from the beginning. We're gonna get there too. They said on that. What are we going?
Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world that has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
That's the end right now. It's manifested. You can see it right now. The end is manifested right now. How we know? Because the prophet. That happened.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, and starting at verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Write the vision, make it plain upon tables. So we on our watch. We gotta make it plain upon the tables. And this is right here, making it plain. You see? This is plain. That Revelation 13 and 16 is talking about this. You see? Go ahead.
Yep. And he says, and make it plain upon tables that he may run that read it.
Right, that he may run that read it. You can understand it. So he can teach us, so he can run others. Go ahead.
It says in verse 3, for the vision is yet for the time.
That word vision goes to the prophecy, the divine communication. Prophecy for the vision, for the prophecy. It's yet for a point of time. Go ahead.
And it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
But at the end it's just speaking not lie. So this prophecy here ain't lying. This is how we know we're at the end. Can you read that in NLT for me?
It says in the NLT of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 2, it says, then the Lord Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets.
Go ahead.
So that a runner can carry the correct message.
So a runner can carry the correct message, the correct doctrine. Because this is important. You teaching them that the MOTB is not what it is, you got a lot of blood on your hand. Or you ain't teaching it out, you got a lot of blood on your hand. So you got to teach the correct message. But those that twist in the word is going to be destroyed. Keep going.
It says, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others.
Go ahead.
And it says in verse 3 in the NLT, all right, in the NLT in verse 3, it says this vision is for a future time.
This vision, this prophecy, has a word, vision. It's for what?
It said this is for a future time.
This here right here. What's it before I tell you the spring forth? What the real place is? So measure the time diligently in itself. The end is manifested. Measure the time. What time we living in? We living at the end of the end. Go ahead.
It says this vision is for a future time. It describes the end.
Right, so this right here is describing the end. This right here. So every last one of y'all better not take this divisive. This right here. Oh, you can just look at me and be like, man, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You can have that mindset. I don't give a damn. I give two fucks. I hope the Lord willing, I don't take it. None of the brothers that teaching that serving the Lord to sincerity don't all take it, man. But for the rest, hell with y'all. You know? Read again for top. Habakkuk 2 and 3.
Now, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3 in the NLT. It says the vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled.
It's going to be fulfilled. Go ahead.
And it says, if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place.
It will surely take place. That's why Ezekiel 33 say that there should be known a prophet be among you. And lo, when this comes to pass, lo, it will come. Then it's going to be known a prophet be among you, man. Go ahead. I thought you got this word.
Yeah, I hit the third end from the beginning. Go ahead. This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning. This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 8. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else.
I'm the Most High, there is none else. Ain't no other God. Go ahead.
I am the Most High, and there is none like me.
Right.
Declaring the end from the beginning.
Right, so is Buddha telling you about the end? Is Allah? Is Jesus telling you about the end? No, only how much more shot. You see? The Hinduism God, they ain't telling you about the end. Go ahead.
And from the ancient times, that the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Right, the Lord's plan is going to stand, it's going to be fulfilled. The Most High said He declared the end since the beginning. From all the past prophecies that haven't came to pass, it's going to come to pass. Yes, in this lifetime, it's what? The end. You see?
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 24. And it reads, the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh shall not return until he have done it, until he have performed the intents of his heart.
Read that one more time, bro.
God, this is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 24.
Yeah.
The fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh shall not return until he have done it, until he have performed the intents of his heart.
The intents of his heart, which is what? Destroying now Babylon the Great. His eyes is upon himself a kingdom. You know? A great slaughter in Boston. So his anger ain't not going it's not going away until that be complete. Until he what? Perform the intents of his heart. Go ahead.
And it says, in the latter days ye shall consider it.
In the latter days, you're going to consider what? That the Lord destroyed 2/3 of his own people. You're going to consider it. Right? Then he going to what? A time like Jacob's trouble, Esau coming down in great wrath to slaughter his people. You're going to consider it. That the servants out on the highways of Babylon was right to the spirit called over the highway Shabbat Shai. You see? You see on that?
Yeah, I just had the word consider in etymology. This is the word consider in the etymology, and it goes into late 14th century to fix the mind upon for careful examination.
Careful examination. How you get Sirach 18 and 24? Okay, it said careful examination. The scripture said examine yourself whether you get in faith. Unless you're a reprobate, right? So careful examination. Go ahead.
God, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and verse 24. And it reads, think upon the wrath that shall be at the end.
So examine, think upon the wrath that should be at the end. We think upon that wrath. Because we want no fault, no smoke with it. Go ahead.
And it says, and the time of vengeance when he shall turn away his face.
Exactly. So consider it. Right? Think upon that wrath. Fire and brimstone. He turning people into powder by them lazy beans and cherries. So think upon that.
This First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand.
But the end of all things is at hand. You may say, that be saying was the end since the 80s, since the 70s, right? But guess what? These prophecies wasn't speaking in how it was speaking now back then, man. These prophecies are actually speaking, right? This is how we can actually tell we another day closer to our Lord returning back. Now back then, no prophecy wasn't speaking right there, but now what? They're speaking loud and clear.
Yeah.
Look at sweet. You know, man, look, it's just, come on, man.
It said, be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
So we gotta be sober and watch unto prayer, sober mind, keeping our eyes single towards the kingdom of heaven. Right? But it said, what? Behold, what?
It said, be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
But the end of all things is ahead.
Yeah.
I want to say the NOT said the end of the world is coming soon.
Yeah.
The end of this society, man. Hey, can you hold the second set? You got a card? You got the hook? Bring it up.
This is Ezekiel chapter 12 in verse 22. It says, "Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?" Verse 23, "Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision."
What the effect of every vision? Can you read that NLT? Got the NLT pulled up? So pretty much the Lord saying, tell them that we got to put an end to that proverb. Because that's the biggest problem here amongst our people. They've been saying it since the 80s. And not in my lifetime, so to speak. Right? Go ahead.
Con, this is Ezekiel 12 and 24 in the NLT. It says, there would be no more.
Start 24.
All right. Go. This is in Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 23 in the NLT. It says, tell the people, this is what the sovereign Lord Yahweh says. I will put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop quoting it.
All right, go ahead.
Now give them this new proverb to replace the old one.
Wait, go ahead.
The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled.
The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. So we live in that time. That every prophecy that's written in this book about to be fulfilled, so like about to be fulfilled in this lifetime.
And it says in verse 24, there will be no more false visions and flattering predictions in Israel.
Right, not in my lifetime. Remember, we're going to go on another 10 years from now, another 30 years. I'm going to get old. My kids going to have kids. Right? All those false predictions. That the Lord ain't coming back. America not getting the score. The MOTB is not the chip. All those false visions. Go ahead.
And it says in verse 25, for I am the Lord Yahweh. If I say it, it will happen.
Right, I'm the Lord Yahweh. If I say it will happen, the Most High not a man that he shall lie. So the Most High said he declared the end. From the beginning, it's going to happen. He's going to destroy Babylon the Great with fire. It's going to happen. What? Go ahead.
And it says, there will be no more delays, you rebels of Israel.
Right. There will be no more delays. Go ahead.
And it says, I will fulfill my threat. It says, I will fulfill my threat of destruction in your own lifetime.
In your own lifetime. So not in my lifetime. The Lord said he's going to fulfill his threat of destruction in your own lifetime. Whether you believe it or not, that was a little out there faithful, down there faithful. Lord, we get that as well. You see, you got some more.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5. Thus said the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, in evil, and only evil, behold, is come.
Right, so evil is coming. Evil, nothing but evil is coming your way. Right? If you are not repentant, you're going to be Paul, you're going to be in the midst of evil, chaos. Go ahead.
It said, an end is come. The end is come.
And that's what we're prophesying about, the end of this society, the end of Esau, the end of wickedness. This is what we're prophesying, that the Lord come back to put an end to this madness.
Right.
You know, to put an end to our captivity. Go ahead.
It says, in watching for thee, behold, it is come.
Right, behold, it's coming your way. So if you ain't right, that's your fault. Go ahead. Go.
The morning is come unto thee, O thou dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble is near.
But the day of trouble is near. Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30:7. Let's start there, start at 6. Because the day of trouble is near. We see it. But you people are so blinded and stuck in your ways. Esau constantly giving you what the bread and circus. You can't think outside the box. Cause y'all trapped. You know? But the day of trouble is near. Go ahead.
Con, this is Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 6. And it says, ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail? And,
Keep going.
and it says, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Right, all blackness are turned to paleness. Meaning what they in disgrace. They anguish. Right? They sick in the face. Because all the hell they catch them. So all faces are turned to paleness. Go ahead.
And it says in verse 7, it says, at last, for their day is great, so that none is like it.
But the last for that day is great, so none is like it. The day cannot be compared to anything in history. They say that in MT though. Go about 37. Okay, throughout history, man, we seen some shit, right? We heard about the Spanish, what is it, the Spanish. Right. Oh man, those are shit, boy. 7 AD, World War I, World War II, all that. Hey, shit, slavery. Slavery, man. The rules of it all, right? Shit, what he did to the Native and Seminole Indians, try to make us go extinct. The Indian Removal Act, the Doctrine of Discovery. Come on, man. We hey, it's some history out there, man.
God, this is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7 in the NLT. It says, in all history, there has never been such a time of terror.
Read that again, huh?
God, this is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7.
It's in the NLT.
Right. It says, in all history, there has never been such a time of terror.
There has never been such a time of terror in all history, man. Damn, so all the history cannot be compared to this time we about to come into. The time we about to come into gonna be devastating. Lord. So you're gonna have to have what? Divine intervention to help you. That's why I said what? Mike the Archangel. Whole day 12-1. After that, what you going?
And it says it will be a time of trouble for my people Israel.
Right, a time of trouble for my people Israel. So-called Negroes, Blacks, Spanish, Latinos, Native American Indians. A time of trouble for you. Because what it says, so what? Death, bloodshed, calamities, these things were prayed for the wicked. Because we ain't living right, you about to go through these times of trouble. And yes, we gonna be in it, but the Most High gonna keep us protected while we in it. Jeremiah, that's Jeremiah, John 17, chapter 39. Keep us safe from the evil, man. Keep on.
And it says it will be a time of trouble for my people Israel, yet in the end they will be saved.
Oh, it said they. He should be saved. We didn't KJ.
Right.
Because everybody not gonna be saved out of it.
Right.
Only elect.
It
But
says,
yes, the end goal of it all Israel should be saved, but they're not gonna be saved out of this time of tribulation. The destruction is coming.
this is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7 in the KJV. It says, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like
Right,
it.
that day is great. None is like it. What's so great about it? Damn. It sounds terrible to me. Damn. Lord can't wait to get down, man. Lord, hey, Jeremiah the 15th chapter. We gonna start a war on that. Go ahead, Doctor.
And it says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out
And
of it.
that's the elect. He, the women, the ones that came back onto Yahweh Shemon Shai, that worship him and spirit in the truth. They gonna be saved out of it. They gonna be protected from the evil, the temptations. Right?
Right. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
But Michael, our angel. And they say God people speak about the Israelites. From Judah all the way down to Issachar. The women. Go ahead.
And there shall be a time of trouble.
A time of trouble. But that day is great. None is like it. Go ahead.
Such as never was seen, such as never was since there was a nation, even at the same time. At that time, thy people shall be delivered.
At that time, thy people should be delivered. So this great and catastrophic horrific day, Edomites, you Moabites, you Ammonites, Israelites, they don't got no savior. Y'all just in it. Y'all just in it. Y'all just going through it.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even at the same time. At that time thy people shall be delivered.
But only the Israelites, the women are going to be delivered. Going to be saved out of it. Right?
Everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Right, in the book of life. What you know, I read that in the Revelation. Right? So you name that way in the book of life, you got to go through it, man. You, ain't nothing we can do. You can't do nothing about it. Because it's all part of your life. That's how the Most High sit up that way. And that's a scary thing, man. What they say, people begin to go on. I can't call it. I got my
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Well, it's a fearful thing to fall to the hands of the living power. You see? It's fearful, man. But we don't know. We don't know. We hope though. We hope to be saved out of the end. Go ahead,
God, this is Jeremiah chapter 15, and start from the top. It says, Then said the Lord, Yahweh unto me, for me, yet my mind could not be towards this people.
like Moses, they say Samuel.
Yep, Sam.
So it was like me, they were in Samuel, right? You know? Go ahead.
And it says, Cast them out of my sight, and
So
let them
pretty
go
much the
on.
Lord was saying, if they stood before me, my mind towards them, I'm still gonna fuck them up, man. It said Ezekiel, Job. Let me see something. I gotta put this up. Job. Ezekiel 14 and 14. Ezekiel 14, real quick. It said, though these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they should deliver for their own souls by their righteousness, said the Lord power. That's it. By their own souls, their own righteousness. And so we got to get with us.
God, this is back in Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 1. Then said the Lord Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards his people.
But my mind cannot be towards his people. So that clean for them for their cause. My mind is not towards his people. Meanwhile, I'm going to destroy them regardless. Which I just read Ezekiel the 14th chapter, those Job, Daniel, right, what's in it, know what's in it. That should be own righteousness to save them. That's why Scripture said, work out your own salvation. Fulfill trembling, man. Your own righteousness don't deliver you, man. Go ahead.
And it says, Cast them out of my sight,
Cast them out of my sight. Go ahead.
and let them go forth.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword. and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the
The Most High got you numbered.
Yes.
That's it. Lord already appointed your lot. For each individual out here, your lot already been numbered. How you gonna die at the end? Oh, you gonna get hit by a street bullet. You gonna get hit by a train. You gonna jump off a building and live until I get ready to take a spirit from you. So forth and so on. So read that again.
Come. This is Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 2. And it shall come to pass if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth?
Where should we go? How can I survive this? What?
Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death.
Wait, such as all the death to death. Police, you ain't too might get your ass. You might get raped with them. Who knows? Go ahead.
And it says, and such as are for the sword to the sword.
Such as all to the sword to the sword. Mills, right? Go ahead.
And it says, and such as are for famine to the famine.
And such as all to the famine. You might die to death. I mean, you might starve to death. So I said die to death. Same thing. Right? Because scripture say y'all should die or agree to this death.
Yep.
No death by pain. You should not be buried, no lament. So such as our family to family. Go ahead.
Yep. And it says, and such as are for captivity to the captivity.
You might die in a concentration camp. It's part of your lot. You might starve to them. That's the most kind of death too, man. It said better are those that slain by the sword.
This is Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of
But
famine.
many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. A lot of y'all people gonna starve to death, man. You can commit cannibalism. That's a wicked act. Cannibalism is coming back. Go ahead.
And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Wait, this remind me of Amos the 5th chapter. You escape a lion that a bear bit you. You escape a bear, bend your hand on the wall and suffer bit you. Boy, there's some snakes out there, man. I was going that book you gave me. I was like, God damn. Motherfucker look good. You know his texture. It look hard. It's all exotic with the beautiful colors. So I'm like, man, I ain't fucking with it though. You know? Motherfucker poison like a mud. I'm gonna swim in the water to escape the truth. Damn, he come a calm out. Damn, got your ass, man. Got the alligator. You can't escape the judgment of the Lord, man. Go ahead,
Come, and it says in Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 3, and it says, and I will pour over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh. The sword to slay,
the sword to slay,
and the dogs to tear.
Oh, wild dogs, man. Look on Google how many dogs, people been killed by dogs. A lot of them, man. And guess what? It's a zoo in down there every city now, man. So them wild animals gonna be let loose. I just deported off of Hawaii for North Carolina. We did in the news how a 6-year-old boy was mauled to death by a lion. Now just imagine a lion walking in the street. You hungry and he hungry. You got no strength to run away. You got no stamina. Boy, your ass ate. And they gonna lick you first. They gonna nip on you. I can't play with his food first. That's a terrible way to go. You sitting there with all the little nipples. You might call his little kids over, come eat. Boy. Go ahead.
It says, I will pour over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
The Lord might send a fucking eagle come down and just peck your ass on top of your head. You know? Start eating your ass, man.
If I may add, it just made me think about Gad though. Because Gad, they used to have this thing of where they used to think of a mysterious bird, but those used to be eagles. They used to come and get their kids, man, and pick their kids up. You know, that's what eagles do. Pick you up and drop you off.
Oh,
Come back down.
yeah. I seen that. Eagles may come. Let's say you got a little chihuahua.
Yeah.
Eagles may pick that motherfucker up, take it all the way to him, and just drop him.
Drop
Let him die.
Yeah.
Shit.
I get this right quick.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore stroke. And at the time of destruction, they pour out the force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right. Angels. Hey, death angels, man. Boy. You want to say, let the angel of the Lord person kill them?
Man. Hey, the Lord gonna put his spirit upon these animals. He might be killing a whole lot of Jake and also Esau. But Esau might like to play with animals. Hey, thinking nothing ain't gonna happen to him.
Yeah, you got the animal. Nigga been in a cage all his life.
Yeah.
That's trying to tame it. All right. Hey, get Jeremiah 16, start of 1.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16, and starting from the top. It says, the word of the Lord Yahweh came also unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place.
Right, so pretty much, boy, don't get married, have kids,
It says in verse 3, For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begat them in this land. Verse 4.
Right, and this Jeremiah what Paul said about the Babylonian captivity, the empire, Nebuchadnezzar. Right? And the man-day Babylonian is Esau Edom. And he better come have a great rap because he had but a short time. But the brothers that have kids, right? The Lord said that he gonna protect them, yeah?
Come in verse 4, it says they shall die grievous death.
They gonna die grievous death. The white, right? All the ones that have not repented, that scoffed at their mark. Get 2 Chronicles 36 and 15.
And it says they shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried.
Right, so they should die grievous death. They should not be lamented nor buried. It said the slain of the Lord should be in that day, should be many. And one end of the Lord to the other. So it said they should be dug upon the ground. Go ahead,
and it says, and they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven.
A lot of people gonna die grievous death. And when we see it, we can't bug out. Because what? We already reading about it. That's why wisdom and knowledge gonna be the step every step at a time. We see people's brains split open in the middle of the street. We just walking by. Like, damn, that judge call like I've been small shot. You gonna keep it pushing. See? Keep on.
It says, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth.
Exactly. So get that second part of this, 15 no, 36 and 15. 36.
36.
This is 2 Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15. In the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai of their fathers sent to them by his messengers rising up bedtimes and sitting, because he had compassion on his people and of his dwelling place.
He's talking about the prophets. The Most High got compassion now. The family word ain't here yet. So the doors of mercy still open. But guess what? They're closing. Slowly but surely they are closing fast, man. You see? And the family word is about to come. And once that family word happens, the people about to start perishing. Keep going.
But they mocked the messengers of the Most High, despise his word.
Right, they mock the messages of the Most High, his prophets. Why you out here on the side of the night with a shower curtain on? Marking their check and scoffing. Bullshit. You probably enjoying this beautiful day Saturday, man. You work all weekend long for an Esau. Why you not out here celebrating? Why you not enjoying your time? Enjoying your weekend? You see? Go ahead.
And misuse his prophets.
Right. Take the prophets for granted. Not knowing this is a strength, you know, of the Lord showing his mercy. You know, the Most High sent his prophets out there, he's showing mercy. For what? For you to repent and turn from your evil ways and start doing that is right in the eyes of the Lord. You know, to depart from evil and do good. You see? But when they see the prophets, man, they turn their nose in the air, they're frown up. They want to fear not the imagination of the infidelity. You see? Where the hell where the forbid, we got to teach this word. But they misusing the prophets. Go ahead.
Until the wrath of the Lord Yahweh arose against his people.
Right, until the Lord said enough is enough. I constantly, I repeatedly sending my prophets out there. I got all my prophets out there this time, in this lifetime, and they still not listening. They refuse to hearken. Go ahead.
Till there was no remedy. Therefore, he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees.
He said, therefore he, who is he? Yahweh. Therefore he did what?
He brought upon them the king of the Chaldees.
But therefore he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees. And among that king of the Chaldees is Esau. It was talking about the Nebuchadnezzar. And during that evil time, where that burned our temple to the ground, you had the devil Esau, Edom, Uncle Eve said what? Raise it, destroy it. Even to the foundation there was. We know this society is evil. The Most High about to use this whooping stick, the devil, upon us, man. You see? So therefore he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, go ahead.
Who slew their young men with the sword.
Who slew the young man with the sword. You see? So the Most High about to use Esau to slay y'all. You see how Ezekiel 21 and 8. Go ahead, keep on there.
It said, who slew their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary.
In the house of their sanctuary, brought our temple right to the ground, for all the important places.
And had no compassion upon a young man or maiden or man or him that stood for age.
Right, that stood for age. There was no mercy in that day. So when Esau comes down with great wealth, best believe he's not going to show mercy. He said the tender mercy of the wicked is cruel. Look that word up, cruel. He said he's a spirit now. He should be a man spirit now. So look at Antiochus. The Maccabee death period. Right? He made that unrighteous decree that we also consent to him. Right? That we circumcise our kids. Right? We don't follow his law. Right?
The Maccabees, it was unlawful for us to call ourselves, pronounce ourselves as Jews.
Yeah. That was say that again?
It said it was unlawful for us to pronounce ourselves as Jews.
Now look at these celebrities. When you see a celebrity come out, I'm an Israelite, I'm this, I'm that. Right? They start professing themselves as Israelites, what they do? They demonize him. They take his souls away, take his goodness away. But for us, we gonna constantly professing ourselves what we are. We ain't gonna give no apology later. The fuck? That look like wearing an essay. What? This is the truth. We are the most chosen people. But look at the Israelites when they do it. They go broke. That's why they can't say the things that we say. They can't do the things that we do. But guess what? Esau still gonna come down upon you though, man.
That's right.
You still a nigga. As Jay-Z said. What? Still a nigga? You still a nigga in Esau's eyes. So why you sell out? Why you sold out for him? Why you bent over for him? You still under the curses. But it's cool though. Nobody's gonna get hit with a milk at the end of the day. What's that? Woe to them that are rich. You don't see your consolation, man. He
gave them all into his hand.
That's the point. The Most High gave them all into the hands of him. And that time was Nebuchadnezzar. So during this time, the Most High about to give all you wicked Israelites into the hand of Esau, man.
Right.
Esau about to have his way with y'all, man. That's why King David prayed. Psalm 17 and 13.
God, this is Ezekiel 21 and verse 8. It says, again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying,
again, repeatedly. The Most High constantly sending his fathers out there, man. All throughout the week, man. Monday through Sunday, damn there, man. Every time of the night. Be it the unicorn, the internet, the YouTube, man. The prophets ain't out there today, what they went out there yesterday. And they're not out here today, they're what? They're tomorrow. Also what to sit down. So this world went out. It did to the end come, man. But they not hearkening. That's why we asking the Lord how long? Baba shot, please send back in Howard shot. Because they can't get it. They were better to get it. They want to listen to shit like this. Some motherfucking Tennessee whiskey. But whiskey means water of life. And this the water of life right here. But time's coming what? They should not drink strong drink with the sun. Strong drinks should be bitter in their mouth. So that's the time we're coming into, man. Go ahead.
Then it says in Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 9, it says, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also purpose. Verse 10, it is sharpened to make a sword slaughter, it is purposed that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
But it's not the time to party. Knowing that sword is sharp to make a sword slide in the land. Is this the time to party? Is this the time to have Israelites 90 party, back to the future party, fashion shows? Is this the time? No, it's not the time. But look at our people. Having a good time on Bill Street getting drunk, right? Showing their ass, choking every goddamn word. No, we're supposed to be out here boiling the people, man. I say the hell with y'all, man. It's better our chance of receiving salvation, man. So I want Esau to have his way with y'all niggas, man.
Yeah, finishing up, it says, should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. It says in verse 11, and he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
The hand of the slave Esau, man. Esau about to come down, man. Go ahead.
And it says in verse 12, it says, cry and howl, son of man, for it should be upon my people.
Like crying house son of man, that should be upon my people. What should be upon his people? The sword, man. The sword should be upon his people. Esau gonna have his way with you Israelites, man.
And it says, it should be upon all the princes of Israel, terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh.
It says smite therefore upon thy thigh. Read that last verse of NLT. Because smite meaning to kill. You know, get all out. Oh man, it's bad. It's been bad, man. It's been in horrible condition, man. Their whole head fucked up, man. What's it? The whole head is sick.
This is Ezekiel 21 and verse 12 in the NLT. It says, son of man, cry out and wail, pound your thighs in anguish. It says, for that sword will be slaughtered. It says, for that sword will slaughter my people.
It said that sword will slaughter my people, man. What don't you understand there? It's that hard to understand, to comprehend. It's not rocket science. Go ahead.
And it says, in their leaders, everyone will die.
Read that again from the top.
Come on. This is Ezekiel 21 and verse 12 in the NLT. It says, son of man, it says, cry out and wail, pound your thighs in anguish. It says, for that sword will slaughter my people, and their leaders, everyone will die.
Right, everyone will die. It said, in their leaders. This war is coming. They're going to slaughter my people, and everyone will die, including you leaders. So why are you sold out for? What is it? Don't never do business with a devil? Go ahead,
Yeah, verse 13, it says, it will put them all to the test. What chance do they have?
Right, what chance do they have if they don't have the spirit power of Yahweh Shemah Shai? What chance do they have? Go ahead.
It says it will put them all to the test. What chance do they have, says the sovereign Lord Yahweh?
0%. Because the Lord already got your day's number. How you gonna go out? You know? You got some fun. Bring it out, Psalm 17.
This is Psalm chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him.
All right, disappoint him is the so-called white man Esau Edom. We ask the Lord to disappoint him. Go ahead.
Cast him down.
Right, cast him down. He in a lofty position right now. He got a God complex. I can make you mad as much as I want, Lord. I know Yahweh Shemah Shai ain't not gonna let that slide. That's why he say he's angry with the wicked every day. So in due time, it's about to come back. So wait, Lord, how long? How long should I blaspheme your name, Yahweh Shemah Shai? Go ahead.
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
Right, deliver my soul from the wicked. The wicked is Esau Edom. Malachi, the first chapter, tell us who the wicked is. Go ahead.
Which is thy sword.
So that wicked is the sword of the Most High, which is read about that sword about the slaughter of 2/3 of the Israelites, man, including you leaders. See, they coming in on horses and shit, but not one of the people. And that's the time to make money. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, this camp was edified. Once again, we're going to give our praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Hey, give honors to the apostles and elders and great men stone, teaching them well. Peace and love to the elect of the nation of Israel.
Bada ball.
Bada ball.
Bada wanya.
Bada wanya.
Bada yummy.
Bada yum.
Hey, y'all about to smoke something with the thumb. Hey, DTA.
DTA. One.